Hello YouTube! Today I'm doing my easy summer makeup tutorial. I like to start out with a primer. Today I'm using Benefit's Professional Primer. On a clean finger I take a little dot like that, and then I apply it to my entire face. It gives a good base for my powder foundation. I like to put it underneath my eyes a little bit to help the concealer stay. And I like to just put it where all my bigger pores are. This feels very creamy, almost silky when you put it on your skin, and it becomes more like a powder. Oh, I'd like to add that I usually use moisturizer first before I put on my makeup at all. And I wash my face. Yep. So now that I have the primer done, I'll be doing concealer. Maybelline Superstay 24 Corrector in probably the lightest shade possible because I'm very pale. Now I use the dough applicator under my eyes, but then everywhere else I use a finger to stay nice and clean. I just dab it on a little bit. And then I'm going to use my dual cover brush by Bubby. And I'm going to be using this end because it's small and it's soft, and I just do light touch. Concealers under my eyes, I usually use my finger too to help it kind of blend and melt in. It helps blend it in better, I find. And I do it very gently with this finger because under the eye is very delicate. I'll be putting the same concealer to cover up some of my spots. Like I said, I'm going to use a finger, and I'm just going to put it on my finger. Nice helping there, because you can always take some off if you don't need it. And then I just go to town, putting them on my spots. I have very red cheeks, so I sort of extend the concealer from the nose area onto my cheeks because this area is usually super red. Especially when it's warm out. I don't worry about blending it in so much because I know I'm going to be coming in with the powder and blending it in with the brush anyway. So speaking of powder, I'm going to be using the Bare Minerals powder. Also a very light shade. Probably the lightest pink shade they have. And I'm going to be using, again, a Bubby brush. I'm going to be using her powder brush. I'm going to put the powder in the top here, and I'm going to pat it in, put it on my face in upward swirly motions, and kind of dabbing around the nose and the chin and the forehead. Now this part I usually clean off every once in a while with a wet one just so that things stay nice and clean, and I usually clean my brushes about once a week. You might want to try to get the powder a little bit in your hairline because then it looks more natural than just a straight line. That's why I like powders usually better than liquid foundations. So, and you can just brush it out of your hair. It's not a big deal. And I'm going to use the other end of the dual cover brush to kind of pat in areas where concealer may look a little goofy. And I also try to get this area to blend in really well so that I don't have creases from smiling later. Next, I'm going to probably put on a little bronzer right here and up here. Get to contour the face. Be very light about it because I'm trying to just do a very natural look today. For the bronzer, I'm going to be using a combination of this brush, which is the sculpting brush from Bubby, and the powder brush. I'm using, the Bare Minerals Ready bronzer in the deep end. This is very pigmented, so I don't need much. Just a little bit goes a long way. You could also, instead of using bronzer, or in addition to, you could use a light blush. I'm gonna not do it today. I would suggest using Sleek's Middle Color in the Lace palette. It's a very light color when applied lightly. Continue with the natural theme, I'm gonna be using this light color from the Sleek All Natural palette. I'm just gonna do a swoop, swoop, swoop with the Bubby Dual Eyes brush. I'm gonna use this fluffy end, and I'm gonna just... For my lips, I'm gonna be using the Revlon Color Stay Lip Liner in Natural, and it looks like this. I like this lip liner. It's very subtle, but it does help lipstick stay on a lot longer. And I'm going to be putting it underneath the MAC Creme de Nude in the Cream Sheen blend, and I will show that in a moment. Liner, I go on the entire lip so that if it does fade off during the day, it's not so obvious if it's just around the edges, because again, I'm going for a natural look. Continuing, here's the MAC lipstick in the Cream Sheen I was talking about. To note that I used the EOS lip balm underneath all of that before I started with my makeup at all. I like to let it sit in and absorb after I wash my face. Lastly, I'm going to be using the Bare Minerals Ready Touch-Up Veil, but with broad spectrum SPF 15, so that's nice for the summer, and it's in shade Light. Bubby powder brush to apply this. The powder on top helps blend the bronzer in with the rest of the face so that it's not such a stark contrast, and again, natural. I go down on the neck a little bit so that the colors blend, you know, for the natural look. And I think I'm done. This is my finished summer look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know if you like it, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe. I would really enjoy that. If there's a specific look that you would like to see a tutorial on, please let me know in the comments below. Bye! I am trying out two concealers right now.